Good morning, guys, and it's Monday, and I have just got up, and I am so grateful for a new week because I've had the worst week ever. I don't care if I'm back to work, I don't care what else is happening in the world. I'm so glad that the weekend is over. It's just been absolutely horrendous, and not it is diet related, and that's why I'm recording it, but it isn't diet related all at the same time because, oh my God, if anything could go wrong, it was going to be this weekend. It was absolutely, beyond a joke, horrendous. Like, you couldn't write this shit. Seriously, you could not write this shit. Oh, well, you could, and I know I'm being really dramatic, but oh my God, it was just horrendous. Like, I couldn't wait to get in bed last night and just not have the weekend anymore and get back to this week, back at home, and just like back to normality. It was just awful. So I'm recording this because I hadn't updated all weekend. I've not updated since my weigh-in on Thursday. And you know me, I like to record it and get it out there because I do watch this back to help my weight loss journey. But flipping heck, it was awful. Like an awful weekend. So, on Friday, I was like horrendously hormonal, feeling like I just had enough. So, I got through work and I survived. Like, I survived work, I did nail art, I held it together, and I was on plan. Then Friday night, Oliver felt a bit meh. He'd had a bit of a rubbish week as well. I was mardy and hormonal. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, actually on Friday, Tia had invited her boyfriend down from Scotland, who I've never met. He arrived at 5 o'clock and I was at work all day. So then I had a guy in my house that I'd never even laid eyes on. Oliver had to get up at 5 o'clock to go and pick him up from the train station. He ended up in my house all day. I got ready for work on Friday, actually. God, rewind, it started Friday morning. Lily rang, she was faint at work and couldn't drive home. So then I had to get her back from work before like my first client at 9 o'clock, which was a nightmare, but thankfully my client lives close to her. So I rang her to tell her I was going to be a bit late for work. She ended up picking her up, bringing her home. Like, don't worry about that. She's absolutely fine. That was just like a load of drama in the midst of having this boyfriend in my house that I've never met. He was asleep in my bed. It was just so freaking dramatic. Like, this morning did not start well. So I got through work, I came home. I ended up having to shout this boyfriend downstairs called Ben. Met him, he seemed fine. They'd arranged a night out with the friends. They were going out. Now, we were supposed to be going to like a vintage clothes sale on Saturday that got cancelled because Tia had arranged to like do stuff, and obviously a boyfriend was here. And I wasn't really upset, but I was like, oh, for God's sake, do you know, like, we'd made these plans weeks ago, but that's fine, no problem, things change. Lily made a miraculous recovery. She ended up going out on Friday, and then I couldn't allow her friend to go home on her own because obviously Tia, Ben, and Lily were coming back here. So then Emma ended up sleeping. So I ended up with 4 people in my house on top of what was already there. To say I was stressed because I ain't got a huge house was an understatement of the year. So then me and Oliver was like, right, there's a new curry place. We're going to go out. We're going to go on a date night. So we went out. That was all okay. Then Friday night, I had this huge emotional breakdown. Ended up having a go at Oliver, like totally irrationally, actually. I have apologised, don't get me wrong, but at the time it was just horrendous. So at like 11:30 at night, when there was just me and Oliver in the house, he went to bed and I went to my salon and we're like, I'm just going to do my nails just to get away from people and have a bit of like me time, make myself feel better. So I did get my nails done. I ended up with like a glitter fade. I took them down short because I'm just sick of having them super long and like with little flowers on. Quite happy with those, but I didn't come home while 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I ended up watching videos because I couldn't sleep because I was stressed and hormonal. So I probably commented on, if you're watching this and you've got your own YouTube channel, I was probably commenting on them at early hours of the morning because that keeps me sane, I'm not going to lie. So that was Friday. Saturday we woke up. I apologised for being an absolute cow. Me and Oliver were like, yeah, that's fine, let's leave it there, that's no problem. We're going to go out today and get away from all these people in the house. So, oh no, we didn't. I lie. What did we do on Saturday? Oh no, Saturday we did do that. So I got washed and dressed. I couldn't even have a shower in my own house. Ben got dropped off at the train station by Lily. Me and Oliver got in his new car that he's had for a week and headed to the coast. We were just going to go to like Scarborough for the day, have a wander around, go on this beach, maybe treat herself to an ice cream. Oliver wanted fish and chips from the seaside, and then we were going to come home. I was going to pop in and go and see my mum and dad for a bit, and it was all going to be good. So we got 15 minutes away from Scarborough, and we're travelling along in the car. Everything was absolutely fine, and then boom. Boom. Yeah. The car pulled up, would not run, broke down. So Oliver's got breakdown cover, thank God. We waited for 3 hours for the breakdown cover to come. A belt of some form's gone. It's knocked the timing out of the car, and yeah, the car wouldn't move. So Oliver was stressed as hell, pouty as hell. Thankfully, we'd stopped, and there was like services just up from us, so I could have a wee. I was determined not to let the stress like throw me off the diet, so Oliver went and bought like a sandwich meal deal. I just had a can of Diet Coke. Yeah, I stayed on my plan. I'd had eggs in the morning, and I was like, it's fine, I can do this, it's no problem, it's going to change this belt and everything's going to be okay. It weren't, it actually weren't. So then we get the car towed to my mum and dad's. It's now parked up there, but then we had no way home on Saturday. We ended up analysing because it was getting late by this time, we're not at anything else. So then mum and dad's like, just stay here. I borrowed some of my mum's pyjamas. There was a clean toothbrush there, some clean pants. And we were like, right, we'll just sleep here. And then I rang the kids and we're like, you know, tomorrow change your plans. You need to drive to Sewerby to come pick us up. So all that was kind of okay. Oliver was really, really sad and upset, but we were like, that's absolutely fine. So we ended up walking into Bridlington. Oh no, we walked into Bridlington, trying to cheer herself up. Again, we'd not had anything else to eat. Oliver had only had eggs in the morning and sandwich at night. I'd only had 3 boiled eggs. Got into Bridlington. Everything's closed. Like, everything's closed. So I ended up having a small portion of chips, you know, on one of those trays, and some mushy peas because I knew that they're free. And I thought, right, with loads of salt and vinegar, that's fine, and a can of Diet Coke. Oliver had fish, chips and peas, so at least he got that. We sat on the harbour, fed the seagulls, and had that to eat. Totally not on plan, but thought, well, I've only had 3 eggs this morning, so it's not the end of the world. That's fine. We can survive at that. Walked along the front, went on. We had a 2p war. I'm not gonna lie, Oliver wasn't feeling like very happy. The weather was okay though, so all is good. Went back to mum and dad's, slept there, woke up the next morning. Now there were nothing in the house, Slimming World friendly, so like, that's okay, that's not a problem, right? So we got up, we went to Leamington, I think it was called, car boot sale, just to get out of the way because mum and dad had loads of jobs to do. Kids, I rang them up at 9 and told them to come get me. Can I just add, they did not get straight in the car. They didn't arrive by like 3 o'clock. Yeah, slightly annoyed with them, but that's absolutely fine. Oliver was really upset all day. I was trying my best to make the day good, but that was actually giving me anxiety and stressing me out because I didn't really like it when other people are really upset because I always want to mend everything. God, it was such a weekend. So we went around the car boot sale. Oliver was really upset. I ended up buying myself an Art Deco like elephant figure for the house that cost me £6, which I really like. And then I bought a Christmas present because my friend, we buy each other black sheep presents, and the lady makes these, which she only charges £2 for. So this is my Christmas present that I bought early. I bought myself some black pearl earrings as well, which I've got to disinfect those, but I don't know where they are to show you, but totally irrelevant. But literally just wasted time at the car boot, wasn't really feeling it, didn't buy anything great, but it's fine. But then I'd not had anything to eat again, and it's like 2 days worth of hardly eating other than some chips and mushy peas. So went to the supermarket, bought a shit ton of salad, rang mum and dad, and they were ready for like something to eat because they've been doing work in the garden. I was like, done, I will make us a beautiful salad. Oliver refused to eat because he was like manically depressive about his car. We got back to mum and dad's house at Suabe, and then I made this huge salad. I did put avocado, one small avocado I shared between the three of us, the three salads, and I did have some pitted olives on mine. They didn't have low-fat cottage cheese at the co-op, so because everything else was closed by then. So I ended up, what did I do? Yeah, I had olives, and I just had this huge mixed salad with 2 eggs. It was huge. It was a huge salad, and I was proud of myself because I was like, you've stayed on plan. You've stayed on plan today, and you've made the best of this situation that you could. So then we headed home, and Oliver was really stressing out, and I mean like really stressing out. I was shattered, and I did end up eating some chocolate peanuts. That wasn't the best choice, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I was feeling like totally overwhelmed about the weekend. The car's gonna end up costing like loads of money to mend. It's still stuck at Suabe. He is not a happy chicken, and I'm trying to be reassuring and supportive and do what women do, but he is not at all interested like in anything that's going on. Like he's like thinking worst case scenario, and he's not happy because he loves that car and he's had it a week. Personally, I'm not that arsed about cars as long as it moves, which this one don't move. I'm not really that bothered, but then I also know that he's worked hard and saved up, and it's just broke within a week, and I feel a bit guilty because it was my idea to go to the coast for the day. Yeah, this weekend's been a bit of a blowout. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been the best weekend in the world at all. I feel like the stress has swollen me up a little bit. I feel really swollen today. My fingers are definitely swollen because my rings feel a little bit tighter. I'm hoping that at work, and we're just going to get back on plan, drink plenty of water, try and recover from like the bad choices that I've made. Although I'm not feeling super guilty because I think I made the best of that situation that I could with all given. But I'm so happy to be home and back at work. I'm working today. I have got 2 big colour corrections to do, and that is completely fine. I just want to work. I'm not really bothered about anything else. However, yeah, I've been a bit naughty, like on another level. So I'm sat last night watching Race Around the World, the celebrity one. I have already watched it, but I thought I'm going to rewatch it because I put it on with Tia. She's never seen it. She's been away, and it's my favourite programme. And I like looking at different locations to go and visit. I would love to do Race Around the World, but my life doesn't allow for it at the moment. I also haven't got anybody to go with because I don't think anybody would last that out with me at the moment. Everybody's not hardy enough to like push through that, I don't think. So anyway, I was sat watching that, and then I'm blaming like Love Holiday because it brought up a notification. I was like, oh, I ain't looked at holidays for a while. I'm feeling a bit down. I'll have a look. Not really the best thing to do for me because now I've spontaneously booked. I've only paid the deposit so far, which is £50, which I know that that's why they do that. But I was like, yeah, I'm just going to pay this and just get it paid off and do this. So I've booked a holiday. I've booked a short city break. It's only 3 nights to Budapest, which I've never been to. Now, it isn't wild next year. I didn't tell Oliver. At minute, I think he'd literally off me. So it's a little bit of a secret, but I've booked as a holiday, just a short break to Budapest because it's somewhere I want to go. And it's not while next year, like 2026. And I think it's nice to look forward to. And it's another country for me to explore, another place. And I really fancy it. And we're staying on a boat, which I thought sounds like so exciting and something I want to do. So, yeah, I've booked that, but that's a bit of a secret, so I'm not telling people. And it did cheer me up. It did cheer me up, and it's not food related. So that's where I'm at in life. It's Monday morning. I now need to hurry up and drink my tea and go and get ready for work. I am planning on having a super really good rest of the week now, since I've been a little bit naughty, because I really wanted to be really good this week, like super good for the full week and not have a cheat day, because I'm really close to my 10 stone. But life has a way of throwing spanners in the work, and that is that. And ultimately, that weekend could have been so much worse. I could have had donuts, I could have had ice cream, I could have totally and utterly ate the entirety of the seaside. And the worst I had was chips and mushy peas and some chocolate peanuts. And other than that, I stayed amazingly on plan. And I also didn't overindulge on anything else. I didn't sit drinking wine. I didn't, I did some walking. Yeah, all considering, I think I've survived okay. I wish I wouldn't have eaten the chocolate peanuts. I would have felt better if I'd not eaten the chocolate peanuts in the car journey home. But by then, I'd totally wanted to kill myself and would just totally be mad and ridiculous. But all in all, we're gonna say that it's a win, because I didn't absolutely lose my shit and eat candy floss and donuts and everything that I could have. I didn't do it. And yeah, that's not a bad place to be. So anyway, I've got to go because I've got to get ready for work. But that is my weekend catch up. I hope you've had an amazing weekend. Can't say that I have, but I have been to the seaside. I've fed seagulls, which cheers me up. I've bought a Christmas present, and we're heading into a new week. So think thin, and I hope you've had a better weekend than me.